Every single day there is someone who thinks they have found a match, but instead, they walk straight into a trap.
These women are accused of luring men to a building in Brooklyn and robbing them instead of making a love connection. This is apparently a pattern, and police say the women had help.
Well, for starters, Aaron, cash, we're talking cell phones. And in one case, police say the women were able to get a late model luxury vehicle. Police warn these women are tugging at the hearts of men, allegedly using a dating app to lure them, not for romance, but for a robbery scheme. And the victims never saw it coming.
In this video, I'm exposing how these dating traps actually work and the red flags you need to spot before it's too late.
Police say the victims, men in their 20s, used a dating app to connect with the women, agreed to meet up at an apartment on the 5th floor to hang out. But once they got off the elevator, the victims were met by two men. One of them had a gun. After a violent struggle, the men were able to steal cash, cell phones, and in one case, the victim's Mercedes-Benz.
And that's not an isolated story. This happens city after city.
He thought he was meeting a woman for a first date after an online connection, but it turned out to be a setup instead. He was ambushed, shot at, and robbed. That's when the victim fled and the attackers stole his car and his cash.
These are the 4 robbery suspects that police are looking for. And this woman in particular, they say lured our victim off an online dating site.
So the playbook is simple. Create a thirst trap, lure someone in, then set up a perfect spot for an ambush. By the time the victim realizes it's a trap, it's already too late.
When they met in person, the female suspect had asked the victim to drive to a secluded area in our Rampart area.
And they weren't there very long when
2 additional suspects came over, and one of the male suspects had opened the door of the victim's vehicle. He pointed a gun at him, demanded his property.
They also demanded at gunpoint that the victim unlock his phone and hand over his passwords.
Throughout the night, that same night, what they did was they actually made various transfers. They bought many things that totaled about $20,000.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Woo, $20,000? Man, I would be sick if I came out of that situation with a loss of $20K. But wait, that's not all.
And detectives say that the robbery at gunpoint wasn't the end to our victim's nightmare.
The male suspects actually shot towards the victim who was seated in his vehicle. The victim in fear actually fled the location and left his vehicle back there.
The robbers came back 3 hours later and stole the man's car, dumping it nearly 7 miles away in this alley, just off 56th and Central, and then set it on fire.
They hit him for all that, all because he decided to meet up with that lady. Now this right here is happening nationwide. Check this out.
Online setup. A Memphis man robbed at gunpoint after meeting with a woman he discovered on a dating site online.
This father is angry after police say his son was robbed at gunpoint. The robbers allegedly setting him up through an online dating site.
Even low down.
His dad's so upset he prefers not to be identified.
But really disgusting, though, no sad thing.
Investigators say the 19-year-old agreed to meet a woman who went by Cashmere in the middle of the day, but when she came to his South Memphis home to pick him up, there were 2 other women and a man in the car.
Now wait a minute, you telling me little homie got in the car with a lady he just met on social, right? The app, dating site, whatever. And not only that, but he jumped in the car with some other strangers that he didn't know. I mean, you know he wasn't thinking with this head. And, he, probably young too. You think about young and you probably don't have your own car and you like, oh yeah, man, she about to scoop me up. Like you thinking that's you bossing, like you player. She coming to pick me up, I think that could have went through his mind too. And yeah, he didn't think about the other side where, hey, she could be scooping you up to set you up,
I would never got in the car with all them many people in the car. I wouldn't have. If I'm going to see a young lady and probably going with her and all these folks in the car, I would never got in there.
But his son did. Investigators say they drove him to the area of North Perkins and Charleswood, where the man put a gun to his stomach.
Told him, get out, give me what you got.
Police say they took his phone, wallet, and $20 in cash before speeding away, leaving him on the side of the road. Thankfully, they didn't hurt him.
Hey, Daddy old school. Daddy said, hey, he gonna learn. He gonna learn today. I told the boy not to be doing that. Told him not to be going over there. Told him not to be jumping no cars, no strangers. Told him not to do it. But he gonna learn. Thank God he didn't get hurt. Thank God. But at the end of the day, you know, glad he was okay. And hopefully, you know, this is a learning experience for him.
And new at 10, a Pensacola couple is accused of using a dating app to rob a man. And now they're behind bars. The victim actually had to run a half mile just to call 911.
So we even got couples scheming on these dating apps? Dang.
This man and woman are in the Escambia County Jail. Ellery Laster Jr. and Rebecca Cooley, a couple who allegedly worked together to rob a stranger. The victim had been talking to Cooley on the dating app Tagged all day last Friday. He then went to meet her at her Regency Oaks apartment on Tippin Avenue around 9:30 that night. The victim was inside for about 30 minutes. He says that he gave her $20 for diapers. Officers believe the woman saw a wad of bills when he pulled out the cash.
By him pulling out that money, showing that cash, he actually really got tagged. Cause now she like, hey, she about to call her dude and say, hey, it's a go, let's go. He got cash on him.
Then when he left, a black car pulled up. Several men got out and tried to take his car keys. The victim says they beat him in the face and pointed a gun at him. He got up and ran, hearing a gunshot as he left. The owner of Pensacola Hookah Lounge says he showed up and had blood all over him. He then let the man get washed up and called 911.
Maybe going to a spot in the middle of the night wasn't the best move. And not only that, showing your cash too. But check this out. Did you know men aren't the only ones becoming victims of this scam?
A former NFL player and Georgia native was arrested in Roswell today. Police say Daryl Buster Scrine met women on dating sites and scammed them out of money.
We got even former NFL players scheming and robbing on a dating app like this. Come on, man.
Roswell police say last month a woman reported she had been financially exploited by Scrine, and she wasn't the only one. Investigators say he trolled dating sites looking for his victims and scammed them out of at least $300,000.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
And once he had developed a significant relationship with them, he would ask them for money, promising that he would repay them through his NFL annuity, which he never did.
Police say instead, Scrine spent the money on Airbnbs, travel, and gift cards.
And police have identified 3 women in New York, North Carolina, and Wisconsin, and say there's a good chance there are other victims. They ask anyone with information to give them a call.
That's very unfortunate for the guy that was in the NFL making millions. And now you on these dating apps scheming, bro. Like, now some people crooks all day, no matter how much money they make. It's just in their DNA. It's like they gotta find a way. They live for that stuff. So he could be that type of person. But now check this crazy story out.
Started as a pursuit for romance, ended with a pursuit to find 3 people accused of posing as a woman on a dating site. The idea was to rob the man they met up with.
A man on a dating site got quite the surprise when the pretty woman he thought he was supposed to meet ended up being these guys. Sheriff John Doolin says his team responded to that call and quickly figured out what was going on.
We developed some suspects pretty quick and set up a little operation, and the operation turned out successful.
Within a day, the men set up another date right here at the Bolivar Inn Motel. But little did they know this date was one step ahead of them.
I think there at the end, they kind of knew that something wasn't quite right.
Sheriff Doolin tells us his department made an account and arranged a date with the men. When they met up here, the 3 men arrived with masks and hoodies and had guns. All 3 were taken into custody.
Now, shout out to this police department for actually catching these criminals with a little reverse catfishing. Now, that's funny. So check this out.
Caught on camera, video shows 2 men robbed at gunpoint at a hotel in Northeast Memphis. Police tell us this happened just after 9 Saturday night.
2 young men came here to Hotel Elite for a party, but that party turned into a robbery after they were held at gunpoint, and it was all caught on camera.
Police say 3 women invited 2 men into a room for a party at Hotel Elite on Summer Avenue. You see the group walking inside the hotel room. Then 3 armed men come in and police say threaten to kill other men. Seconds later, one of the women starts recording the men getting robbed. iPhones, Apple Watches, and shoes were stolen from both victims.
Messed up for the little homies. I'm sure they was thinking it was gonna go down, and nah, it was not going down. It wasn't going down like you thought. It was going down. It was going down, but it wasn't going down like you thought. When I seen that young lady pull out her phone and start filming, I could tell that she was young. Just not knowing, not understanding like how serious that stuff can get. Like that's the case for a lot of young people out here that's doing these schemes and scams and these crimes. If it happens to you, that's unfortunate, but you also want to try to prevent those things from happening. So here's some things that could possibly be red flags that you should definitely keep in mind when you're dealing with people that you haven't met yet and you don't know if they're even real. So here's what the sheriff had to say about it.
And Sheriff Doolin has some words of wisdom for people who use dating sites.
Just be careful. If it's too easy, that's probably not the right thing to do.
The key words that he said was too easy. If it's too easy, that's a red flag. I went on a date with a woman in the past and like off the apps, off one of those sites. And yeah, she just wanted to go get something to eat. Like literally, she really wanted just me to pay for her meal that night. And so I'm thinking like I can pull her. Nah, I ain't pull her. I just wasted however much money it costs for me to take her out, wasting my time. People got different motives, objectives, but that's one thing to be cautious of. Is it too easy? Just think about it.
When it comes to online meetups, police have some tips. Do your homework on who you're meeting. Choose a public place. Use your own transportation. And trust your gut if something feels off.
At the end of the day, men and women, be careful. These dating apps, these dating sites, just be careful. Proceed, but just proceed with caution. Saying all that to say, really dating sites aren't all that bad. They're not. But if you don't know the possible traps, you could easily become the next victim. So let me know, what are some big red flags for you on dating apps? Let me know in the comment section below and let's talk about it. If you got value out this video, show some love and smash the subscribe, like, and bell notification to get the latest HE content. And if you like this video, definitely check out the next video.